By the early 18th century, across parts of Europe, daily life was being reorganized. For centuries, work had followed daylight, seasons, and physical limits. Now it followed machines, clocks, and enclosed spaces. Chimneys were no longer only part of buildings. Children were sent inside them, small enough to climb through soot and darkness, sometimes never returning. In textile towns, factories did not empty at night. Girls slept beside machines and rose before dawn to continue the same motion. Time itself was altered. Factory clocks were set ahead, extending the workday without notice. Steam boilers powered production, but failed without warning, tearing apart workers standing nearby. Rivers stopped reflecting the sky and changed color according to the dyes released upstream. Orphaned children were transferred in groups to mills and did not go home. Workers met in secret at night to plan resistance, risking imprisonment. Darkness lost its function. Cities worked through the night, and human bodies were forced to adapt. The next 24 hours unfold inside this system. Before this 24-hour day begins, consider subscribing to the channel. And if this story resonates with you, leave a comment below. Are we living through a tragedy right now, or just too used to the pressure to notice it? Morning begins before daylight. In industrial districts, most workers wake in darkness, inside narrow rooms shared by several bodies. Housing is crowded and poorly built. Walls hold cold, floors remain damp. Sleep ends early, often before rest has settled. Children wake alongside adults, not because they are needed at home, but because they are required elsewhere. Work begins on schedule, measured by factory bells and wall clocks. These clocks do not always match the sun or public time. Shifts start when owners decide they should. In some workshops, the clock has already been adjusted forward. The workday lengthens quietly. Children move through streets still empty of light. Some are sent toward factories, others are taken to buildings where chimneys rise above tightly packed roofs. Their size determines their task. They are pushed upward through narrow flues, scraping soot from brick walls, breathing ash in darkness. Injury is common. Silence is expected. Inside textile mills, machines are already running. Steam fills the air. Noise replaces conversation. Girls and young women take their positions without delay. Those who slept beside the machines rise from the floor and begin work immediately. There is no separation between rest and labor. Supervision is constant. Movement is monitored. Mistakes are punished by deduction of wages or loss of place. Orphaned children arrive in groups, transferred from institutions that no longer house them. Their labor has been sold in advance. They are assigned tasks suited to small hands and long hours. No family claims them at the end of the shift. Food in the morning is minimal. Bread, if available, is eaten quickly. Water is shared. There is little time to stop. Hunger is managed through habit rather than relief. Authority is visible everywhere. Overseers walk the floor. Owners remain distant. Rules are enforced through routine rather than force, but force is present when needed. Religious instruction reinforces obedience. Work is described as necessary. Endurance is expected. By mid-morning, exhaustion has already begun. The day has not yet reached its center, but bodies are already strained. The system moves forward regardless. Midday does not bring rest. In industrial districts, work continues through the central hours of the day with only brief interruption. The machines remain active, steam and heat build inside enclosed spaces. Windows are few and air circulates poorly. Bodies remain close together. Sweat, oil, and dust collect on skin and clothing. Meals are taken quickly, often beside the work area. Food is limited and repetitive. Bread is common. Porridge or thin soup appears when available. There is no guarantee of a full portion. Children eat when permitted. Some return to work without eating at all. Hunger is not an exception, it is part of the schedule. In factories that run continuously, time is enforced rather than observed. Workers rely on bells and overseers, not the position of the sun. The altered clocks remain in place. Shifts extend beyond what was promised. Fatigue deepens, but pace does not slow. Injuries occur regularly. Fingers are caught in machinery. Skin is burned by steam or hot metal. When accidents happen, production pauses briefly, then resumes. There is no formal record of loss. Those unable to continue are removed and replaced. Rivers near the factories carry the evidence of this work. By midday, water flows past in unnatural colors, carrying dyes and waste downstream. The river no longer supports food or washing. It marks the presence of industry. Illness spreads easily in crowded conditions. Coughing is common. Breathing is strained. There is no separation between the sick and the well. Absence from work brings punishment. Endurance is treated as responsibility. By midday's end, strength is reduced. The day continues without adjustment. Afternoon brings no change in expectation. Work continues at the same pace, though bodies move more slowly. Fatigue becomes visible, hands shake. Attention weakens, mistakes increase. Supervision tightens in response. Overseers watch for slowing movements and missed steps. Discipline is enforced through warnings, fines, or removal from the floor. Steam engines remain under pressure. Boilers are fed continuously to maintain output. The machinery is unstable, but production is not reduced. When failures occur, they happen without warning. Explosions tear through confined spaces. Those nearby are injured or killed. Work stops briefly. Debris is cleared. The shift resumes. There is no investigation. No compensation follows. As daylight fades, factories remain active. Artificial light extends the working hours. In towns built around production, night no longer signals an end. The same buildings remain occupied. The same labor continues. Some workers will not return home. Girls remain inside textile mills, lying down beside machines when permitted, waiting to rise again before morning. Outside, order is maintained through presence and routine. Streets are monitored. Gatherings draw attention. Workers who meet in secret do so quietly, after hours, in spaces away from supervision. Discovery leads to arrest. Imprisonment follows. Organization is treated as threat. Food in the evening is limited. Distribution depends on wages that have already been reduced. Meals are eaten in silence. Strength does not recover. Bodies show strain through posture, breath, and movement. Religious observance frames the end of the day. Obedience and endurance are reinforced. Suffering is explained as necessary. The system remains intact. Evening closes without relief. Work has consumed the day. Night offers only partial pause. Night settles unevenly across industrial towns. In areas closest to factories, light remains visible through windows and gaps in walls. Machines slow but do not always stop. Steam hisses into the dark. For many workers, sleep begins late and ends early. Housing offers little protection. Rooms are crowded. Beds are shared or absent. Some sleep on floors wrapped in worn cloth. Air is stale. Coughing continues through the night. Illness spreads quietly. Those who are injured or weakened rest without treatment. Pain is managed through stillness. Children sleep where they are allowed. Some remain inside factories, lying beside inactive machines. Others return to cramped housing only to arise again before dawn. Orphans have no return at all. They sleep under supervision, separated from the world outside. The streets grow quieter, but not empty. Patrols move through known areas. Unauthorized movement is noticed. Meetings that escaped detection earlier disperse. Fear remains present even at rest. Sleep offers no restoration. Bodies remain tense. The sound of machinery lingers in memory. Tomorrow's labor is already assumed. The end of day occurs without resolution. No conditions change. No balance is restored. What has occurred will repeat. Morning will arrive before light. Work will begin by the clock. Children will be assigned tasks suited to their size. Machines will demand constant motion. Time will be measured and adjusted. Injury will be absorbed into routine. Water will carry waste away. Night will again lose its boundary. This is not an exception, it is the structure. The next day follows the same design.